Find Freyja is not affiliated in any way with OkCupid or any other dating service. It is intended solely for critique and satire. If you find real wisdom or advice here, well, that's just a coincidence, baby. And now, it's time to get cozy.
I feel the skin that separates us start to fade, and when I lie on top of you.
A happy Freyja's Day to you, and welcome again to Find Freyja, the podcast that what?
Turns online dating into a role-playing game? What?
I'm Mark.
I'm Natasha.
That was weird.
It's a weird day. What can I say?
We have opened our profile to find out that we have 39 responses.
Hooray!
Do we want to get into those first just to get them out of the way?
Yeah, why not?
Alright, so this will be fun. For you noobs out there, we created an OkCupid profile with a character that we've invented just to see what the experience is like and to discuss the questions that they make you answer in order to get better matches.
It's been totes fun so far.
Yeah, it's been real fun.
How about we just delete all the ones that just say hey? Oh boy.
Well, we've got a pretty long one to start.
Hey, you seem like you might be a rad one. To prove that I read your profile, kind of a long one, but after arriving to pick up this chica and finding out she looks like nothing like her profile pic, I say, hey, let's go for that drink and have a good time, even though there is no interest in anything other than a few laughs. Well, next thing I know, I'm taking her to a specific Chinese place across town, even though we both agreed we were going to eat first and just go for a drink, because she had to have this beef and broccoli. The whole ride there, she was on the phone with a friend talking about a date that went horribly the night before, but not to worry because she could tell was gonna go awesome. Then as I drink my beer while she eats, she bitches about her ex the whole time. We leave the restaurant, she lights a smoke outside my car. No problem, but I asked her just not to smoke in the car. She gets in with it anyway. At that point, I'm just like, fuck it. I gotta get this one home. She's smoking away in the car and literally trying to suck face with me while I'm driving. We get to her place and she invites me in. In disbelief that she could not read the fact that I had zero interest in her, I politely decline. She shrugs, sighs, gets out and says, well, it's been a lot time since I've been on such a good date, so I don't have to ask if we'll do it again. Maybe not the most exciting story, but shit was it unbelievable that someone could not have one clue. Your turn. That was way too, paragraph someone.
Yeah, this was all one long paragraph. And also just... we've had a couple of these lately where people will just tell really mundane stories about, just mediocre dates they went on without actually giving us interesting stories behind them. So, I don't know. We did ask, but...
I'm declining this one. I'm politely declining.
I don't think it is our turn.
Yeah.
What else we got? Okay, so let's go up and down here. We've got a bonjour, mademoiselle. Smiley face? No.
Let's see what this one says. It just says...
It's wink... Oh, we do... It is too. Okay. Well, I've met a few people from here. Some have been wonderful encounters. One is now a very good friend with whom I do road trip and such. Two have been deceiving. One of those two actually smelled like mothballs and was close to being a midget. I'm 6'1", far from what I was expecting.
Against midgets, bro.
Also, little people, hi.
Yeah,
And then winky face with tongue pointing out, I read your profile.
When was the last time someone, actually slipped you the tongue out,
stuck their tongue out and winked at you?
Yeah. Not the thing I said, the thing you said.
Yeah. Hi, how's it going?
Oh, we have one in French. I'm glad we speak French.
I think we do have to open these up because sometimes people give us multiple messages and then
Oh, Jesus, such a long thing to go through.
Yeah, it is. This is going to
I
take up
should have
a
not put
decent
bleach
chunk.
in my hair before I committed to this.
Well, we can stop if you need to take a break.
I'm good for now, but didn't realize these are all going to be substancy.
Yeah. Here's one story. Saw a girl at a Tango Eve years ago and had this strong feeling I would meet her someday. Never saw her again at the dance floor and slowly lost hope it was going to happen. Years after, she appears as a match on Tinder, even when I'm absolutely certain I never liked her there. Today she's one of my best friends.
How things do change.
Interesting. So I assume he contacted her at Tinder? Okay.
Congrats on your friendship.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You Jon Snow looking...
He does look a tad bit like Jon Snow, doesn't he? Like if Jon Snow took selfies.
Can that be a thing, please?
Hey Freyja, how's your summer going so far? I did Comic-Con this weekend. Lucky bastard. That wasn't in there. That's just me commenting on that. Looking forward to Just for Laughs. What about you? Also, funny dating story. A girl told me on the first date which place we'd be getting married at. There was no second date, lol. What? Why would you do that? Be like, hey, I know we just met, but we're gonna get married and...
Yeah, that's pretty overbearing.
In Oakland.
Sorry that happened, dude. So we've got a reply with our picture that says very nice pic. FWBs, friends with benefits. I'm very affectionate, love touching, kissing, etc. No.
I read
Not at all.
I read love touching is like one
Love touching.
like love touching. Like that's an action that you do. Like this is a
Hi.
love touch.
Hi.
I'm a love toucher.
I'm a love toucher. We've got a hi there. Got a you are just fabulous smiley face.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Or madame, or mademoiselle, or however you like to identify as a person. Hi, Freyja. I'm not so sure that counts as a funny story, but I sure had a good laugh thinking about it afterwards. So I talked to this Asian girl here. Where's here? I think she was Chinese. There probably was no real chemistry, but I asked her out anyway. So we met, and I should have known better, but I kissed her on the cheeks. Like, twice? Asian women are way more prude than the rest.
Oh, God,
Whoa,
no.
Bro. No. I was just...
Also not at all true.
Yeah. I was just trying to be nice, but I think I scared her because we were walking, and 5 minutes into the date, she said, oh, I have to prepare for whatever. I'm sure that's exactly what she said. So she just left. That was brutal. I laughed about it when I got home because in the end, she doesn't know me and I don't care about her.
That's obvious.
But for 15 minutes, it hurt. I guess the story doesn't put me in the best light. Oh, it definitely
it does
does
not.
not at all. But I assure you this is a first for me. I am well-mannered and quite entertaining. But I like what you said in your profile. I'm not looking for conformity right now. So I thought maybe you'd like to chat.
You thought wrong, buddy.
We've gotten several now that are just people telling us stories of like, why would you say this to a potential match?
And just like the casual racism. I'm not going to tell you a whole story, but I'll give you a quote my online date said to me that pretty much sums up the whole experience. So her friend was leaving, so she put her in the cab and spent 20 minutes grilling the cabbie. When she came back and I asked what the deal was, she said, he's Muslim, he's dangerous. You don't understand, I'm a Trump supporter.
Oh boy.
Good riddance to that girl.
Jeez.
Ouch, yeah. How did she know he was Muslim?
You know, they're obvious, like, we don't have to go into
Like,
this one.
translation, he was Arab.
Yeah, or he looked vaguely Middle
He
Eastern.
was vaguely brown.
Vaguely brown.
Because, you know, a lot of people who are on the right don't exactly know the difference.
I feel like it's more just like, oh, you're not white, you're dangerous.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Or
like
something.
here you see a lot of, Sikh cab drivers. And I'm sure a lot of people on the extreme right don't know the difference. So when oh, this is a long one.
Oh, well, okay.
Jesus. I'm going to read it really fast. So when I first started my OKC account a couple years ago, I was a novice and really overbooked myself. I set up something like 10 dates in 8 days. It was ridiculous. But anyways, one of them was this seemingly quiet girl, kind of cute but really shy, so we go grab a smoothie and are talking. She didn't say much, so I carried the convo for a while. Until she suddenly looks me in the eyes and says really confidently, "Hush and listen to me. I like to hurt cute little blonde boys like you." And takes a sip of her smoothie while staring me down to establish her dominance. She then continued, "It's not just physical, I mean emotionally as well." I was in total shock, like terrified but simultaneously intrigued. It was weird, funny, scary, and hot all at the same time, I guess. Then she got me to smoke as we walked, and even though I had quit at the time, just because she liked the aesthetic. And then she took me to a park in blank, got me high, and violated me in broad daylight. My longtime roommate told me I should date Park Girl again, but 2 dates later, out of my initial 10, I met my now ex-partner who I stayed with for just over a year. She was great. Too bad it didn't work out for us in the long haul, but we shared some great times. So you like The Bachelorette? That's me changing the subject awkwardly, smiley face. So now that I've proven I took the time to read your profile and given you way too much info in the process. Hi, smiley face. Want to chill with a complete stranger who is definitely not a murderer, possibly drink in the park on a nice sunny day or something? Is that an invitation to, like, relive Park Girl?
Because that's immediately what my mind jumped to.
Because he said, like, you know...
in a park. Like you could have said any other place. Why the park? Do you want to violate us?
And he's definitely not a murderer, because he said so.
I know, like, that's the line we use.
Yeah. There are red flags, people. And this has a few in there.
Okay, the one that I don't think may be that obvious is the roommate suggesting he should go out with her again, which says something about the kinds of friends or maybe people that he surrounds himself with.
Also, she got me to smoke even though I had quit at the time just because she liked the aesthetic. It's like, how susceptible are you to other people's suggestions?
Or just like, I don't know. Like, there's a bunch of weird stuff going on.
Yeah, there's a subtext of submissive personality in here that he's not really making subtext.
And also potentially like murdery
and
or rapey.
And also we're not gonna say it, but look at the username.
Oh my god! What?
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's bad. This is all just that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You're weird, dude.
Oh god. Okay, that was definitely the most fucked up thing we've found on here so far.
Was it? No, I think the winner of that is like the "you're childish and that turns me on."
Oh, okay, no, that's fucked up. But this is like we got more information on this one. Like it was a longer message, so it feels more like.
And again, like, you know, a long way to go for not much detail.
Anyway. Yeah, as a writer, that must upset you. Hi, how's it going? My messed up date was, met up with this girl just for a coffee, seemed to go okay. Went our separate ways, I go home. 3 a.m. my doorbell rings, is her. No, I did not give her my address. She was blasted and I didn't feel like having her drive and her death on my conciseness. So here I am with a half-naked girl in my PJ pants that I barely know in my bed. Maybe I'm stupid, but I don't fuck drunk strangers. But at the same time, I was thinking, should I be? So I'm lying there just super confused, not really wanting to fall asleep because I didn't want to be murdered or robes in my sleep. So yeah, that's my story. Oh, okay, cool story, bro.
The fact that you had to debate whether you should have sex with her or not, that's creepy, dude.
Rapey! My rape alert just went off. You can't hear it.
Red flag.
Yeah.
Hey, fine.
I'm hoping this person like legitimately believes that like fine is our first name.
So I'm already noticing a lot of exclamation points in this. Hey, fine, I'd like to get in touch with you. I'm a very cool guy, bon vivant, and very open-minded. Also a free spirit with good experience. Looking for friendship. Cool, easygoing, open, free, no drama, no possessiveness, no jealousy, etc. I've traveled a lot, and I'm doing international cooperation at part-time. Love the carabines in the winter. because I can do in the same time research, cooperation, and fun! Because I'm really doing exceptional and revolutionary research on essential human topics like spirituality, sexuality, desire, creativity, etc. A real existentialist! Love music, seduction, alcohol, sometimes drugs, sex, nice presents around. Sangria!
I don't think you're a researcher
No.
at all.
No.
Like, not in
I think,
any capacity.
I think you're a hedonist.
I think you think you're cool.
Yeah. I'll send you the best story ever. I'm writing a book on that shit. Smiley face.
Okay, next.
Okay. My single worst online dating story happened when I was living in Alberta. Had spent a good couple days talking to one lady trying to flirt. It seemed like it was working, and had even progressed to meeting in person. She sent me an apartment address. Winky face. Pause. Freyja, I'm blank. Is this story boring you? Well, it is now.
Yeah. You had our attention, and now it's gone, so that was your one shot.
Yeah, that was a sharp drop-off.
And then you lost it.
You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo.
Get out. Get out.
Okay, see ya. This has been fine, Freyja.
No, just be me. I'll go solo. Freyja, loved the name and the story behind it. Apparently a good fit for the personality picture you put forth. Are you Icelandic? I don't have an online dating story that comes to mind, but maybe we can create an interesting one together. Fun fact, when I was in Iceland, someone asked me if I was Icelandic. I'm like,
we did have it in the canon that she was born in Iceland.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. I think she has Icelandic lineage.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a little weird to say maybe we can create an interesting one together with a winky face. It's just a little presumptuous. I mean, some people might find that interesting.
Not us.
I mean, most of these are from guys, so I'm going to defer to you on whether or not it's creepy, obviously. But
I
sometimes my
wouldn't
creep
answer that.
alert.
Hey, how are you doing today? Very nice profile. I'd love to learn more about you. Delete. Hi there. I wish I had an interesting story for you, but I don't. Okay, bye. I'm kind of new here so far. It's boring. I find not many people chat or open up. I'm open-minded and love to chat about anything on your mind. I haven't seen your profile before. Usually always the same routine profile show up. Hope you up to a little chat.
Hi, how are you? Free Spirit are awesome. I'd love to tell you about an horrible date. An horrible date.
An horrible date. Grammar's great.
Can we be friends, please?
I feel like I heard that a lot in the late 90s on AIM chat.
Why can't we be friends?
The first 3 lady I dated face to face here had STD, which is negotiable.
Is
the 4th one was trans and a rather cute one, I'll admit. What do you got? Yeah.
Yeah. Said a rather cute one.
But still.
But why mention that?
Exactly. So that's my funny stories.
Yeah, they were hilarious, man.
Yeah, we were just laughing so hard. A name's blank. English is second, but not a biggie for me. If you can withstand, I start chewing a few words past 4 a.m. Wink's face. Have a nice unfairly fairy free fray. What? Oh, half of that.
I mean, I understand that, that English is your second language. But I don't know what that sentence was supposed to mean.
Have a nice unfairly fairy free fray. That makes no sense. I can't fathom what that would begin to mean.
Our profiles are similar. Let's find...
Are they?
This is 67% enemy.
They don't look
No,
that
they're not
similar.
at all. They're not similar whatsoever. Where did you get that information?
That's weird.
Also, your profile picture is a poem.
I've never had a really bad experience with online dating, but I've heard stories from my girlfriends of horrifying opening lines. The worst one was probably a chapter about a sexual relationship involving both my friend and that guy. She had to take 8 screenshots to capture the whole thing.
That's kind of terrifying.
Okay.
I believe it. Hi, Freyja. I love a free spirit. I would like to prove I read your bio, but I don't have any good dating stories. Most of the profiles on dating sites are fake. I have corresponded with a lot of scammers, but only met 2 people, both Jewish women. One deaf and dumb, and the other looking to fuck someone for revenge on her cheating husband. All others soon frightened off actually meeting and evaporate. They evaporate?
That's not the outcome I'd want.
Maybe I am too much man for them. I do have the libido and body of a teen.
Okay, that's creepy.
You sound like such a fun person and kink positive as well. Ever have sex while driving? Love to give you the keys to my powerful muscle car after you've had a few drinks. What? Find an open field and have you pump on the gas pedal with your hiking boots until the big V8 roars to life, shooting black smoke from the dual exhaust. Then you can force your foot to the floor and mow down everything in sight while we both lose control of ourselves. Such power under your hot foot would be orgasmic for both of us. Your aroused admirer, blank.
I don't know where to start with that.
Wow.
Also, having sex while driving is dangerous. Please don't do it.
And while drunk, apparently. Wow.
That's like a... What's that fucking band with, like, the 4 guitars? You know, like, the band photo with, like, the guy...
Oh, Nitro.
Nitro.
Yeah.
That's like the fucking Nitro post of...
That guy's a Nitro song personified. Oh, no.
Oh, man.
That'll take me some time to get over.
What was worse about that is, like, now I have that in my head forever.
Yeah, he was, like, very descriptive in his writing, at least.
I mean, like, good on you for being so, like, specific, but, like, we both have to now live with that. All of us listening to this have to live with that now. That is our burden to bear.
It is my gift and my curse. Haha, I haven't had a horrifying or interesting online dating story yet. I'm new to this stuff, which explains the lack of charting talent. Do you have any interesting stories?
I'm judging this by, like, if you read the first sentence and I start thinking about something else.
Oh, cool. Our maker friend contacted us and has a radio interview.
Which we'll listen to, so cheers again. Yeah, that's really cool.
Cool. I'll keep that message. One of the few.
Bah! I love people who use that word.
Bah!
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 Bah! I feel like I should use that more in real life. Just go up to, like, someone who does something who displeases you and just go, bah!
I feel like that's very, like, Central European old-timey. Like, bah!
Bah.
Like, I kind of pictured Dracula saying...
That's what I was just gonna say. I pictured
bah.
Dracula. Bah!
Off with you!
With his cape and everything. I have so many dating stories from OkCupid, but respectfully, I don't want to spend too much effort typing it out because of the odds of response are really low here. So if you
not with that attitude.
But true facts in our case. So if you found my profile interesting, then maybe I'm game. Winky face.
Okay.
Is that it?
That is it.
Oh, thank God.
That took up
Let's not do that
a good
ever
half
again.
hour.
Just never do it again. Let's quit.
Well,
I'm done.
Well, I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to vet some of these later and kind of filter out the just one-liner ones and stuff.
Get to the good stuff.
But, I mean, you know, it makes for good radio when we have stuff like, you know, the V8 engine roaring through the fields.
Yeah, you don't have to remind me of the Nitro post of this guy who's just reliving the 80s.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Question time?
Yeah. Let's get into that.
I need to, like, wash my brain from that.
Cleanse the palate. Is there such a thing as having had too many sex partners? If you've had 1 billion, that's questionable.
You've slept with, like, 1/7 of the planet? I'd say that's exceptional, because holy, like, good job. That's that is not, like, a easy thing to do.
I don't know if it's healthy, but good for you, I guess.
Yeah.
But
You don't know,
I mean,
maybe this person is like super, like they use protection all the time, they vet the people.
what kind of personality must that person have, though?
Like, we're talking like Olympic gold medalist of like fucking here. Like, they do it the right way and they're out to win.
They must be like charismatic like crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's like,
Or a woman.
But I mean, like, rock stars don't even, like, they'll brag about, like, oh yeah, I've had sex with 2,000 people. But, like, that's the high end.
Yeah. I suppose it is.
Was it, I think it was Wilt Chamberlain, basketball player, said he had sex with 2,000 women.
Exactly. Like, did he get to 2,000?
I don't know.
When he was like, that was it. That's
he got
all
to
I
2,000
wanted.
and he stopped counting.
Or like he was just shooting for 2,000, and once he hit that mark, he's like, okay, I'm done.
And I don't think this is something we need to discuss
about.
that much, because it's a binary answer, and we're going to say no, because we don't slut shame here. And I think we'll accept no. And how important is that?
I think it's very important to not slut shame.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah. Do we want to...
No.
No, we don't want to say anything about that. I think it's cut and dried. Yeah.
Does the idea of flipping a coin to make important life decisions appeal to you? Yes or no? I'm trying to think if I've ever done this before.
Also, I'm Batman villain Two-Face.
I don't know, I feel like I definitely have done some big life decisions, like, on a whim.
On a whim, yeah, but I haven't...
Been like A or B.
Well, let's see. Should I flip a coin? But it's also, does the idea of that appeal to you? And I really don't think it does.
I think it depends on the circumstance. Define important life decision. Because if it's...
Which city should I move to? Or, like, of these two, I guess. But,
it would definitely appeal to Freyja. In fact, I think maybe she does some of this.
I mean, you gotta let me know. Should I stay or should I go?
That's the second... Okay, like, third one, you're out. We stopped the podcast.
Hey, that was the Clash. You gotta respect that one.
No.
Yes, you do.
Because you started off with a bad one. Your second one doesn't cancel that out. You're at 2 strikes.
Okay. You're gonna kick me off the podcast if I make a third
and I'll finish this
music
by
reference?
myself, and it'll be great.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, until you go to bed and then I, like, add a bunch of content later.
fine, we'll fight over it. It'll be the weirdest podcast ever. Hi, welcome to Find Frey, the show where 2 people fight at different times and record it separately. Be having like a diary where like you record your entry for the day and then someone else comes in and like just kind of like takes everything you said and picks it apart, and then you start arguing, but like you're just passing it back and forth.
In the meantime, we've gotten a new message that's just new friends?
Question mark, exclamation mark.
I'd say no.
I'd say this is a yes for Freyja.
For Freyja,
for
yeah.
Freyja, I don't think she gives a shit.
Yeah.
Strange question.
And she probably has before.
That's what I just said.
Like, no, I mean, she's probably, like, divined the answer from her spirit beads, though.
I can definitely seeing her divining answer, like tarot cards. We mentioned something about tarot cards the other day.
Oh boy. How do you feel about golden showers? They're a turn on? Maybe I could be convinced. Not for me, I'm a germaphobe. Or can't, I might run for office one day.
How about
The spectrum of the no answers is...
all leaning towards I might.
No, but like, not for me, I'm a germaphobe. That's not the reason I'm not
Yeah.
into golden showers.
Yeah.
And I think we might want to qualify the answer to this.
But is Freyja into golden showers?
I doubt it.
Give me a reason.
She we've established that she probably doesn't shower enough as it is.
Maybe.
So she probably doesn't want to smell like piss in the
I'm
meantime.
gonna throw a scenario out for you, and you let me know if you think Freyja would do this. She didn't know what golden showers was initially, and then someone's like, "Hey, do you want a golden shower?" And like she thought she was dirty, and she thought it meant like an actual shower, and
Or like, I'm gonna shower you with gold.
or something like that. And then it happened, and she was like, "Never again." That was a mistake. That was a misunderstanding.
Yeah, but you'd have to get someone into an already compromising position to have like a golden shower. So
Or you could just be, or if your second interpretation,
maybe they were in the shower, and the guy
and they
suggested
did, yeah,
it.
like she was taking a bath, or like, whatevs. That's canon now. Also, could have been a woman.
Yeah. So we're gonna say that's a canon experience
Yeah.
for her. Okay, she had a bad experience with it.
So not for me.
I think not for me. I'm a germaphobe, but also like we need to explain. Like there need to be more no answers for this because germophobia is not the only reason to be.
Yeah,
like-
just like I'm not into that. Yeah, I think she'll only take no, right?
I am qualifying this by saying there need to be more no answers for this. Not a germaphobe, but still no. And
Not for me.
I don't think she'll care about.
Okay, if she's looking like for someone to fuck, this is important. Like,
Right.
I mean,
But she's not on here to find someone to fuck. She's looking for new
for friends, true. Okay, so maybe that's fine. She's not judgmental about
Yeah,
it.
she's whatever turns you on.
True fact.
But I'm not necessarily going to do it.
Yeah.
Would you? Whoa, this is a new word. Would you consider being part of a thruple, a 3-person couple?
Thruple
I've
or
never
thruple?
I've never heard that. I would assume it rhymes with couple, but I've never heard the term thruple before. I've just heard like open relationship or trio even.
Thruple?
My girlfriend's girlfriend.
I just got that song out of my head. Oh, at least you didn't say it.
That would have
That
been
would
grounds
be-
for
that would-
dismissal.
Yeah, you can't just sing a typo negative. I mean, you can't say a typo negative song. You have to sing it.
Yeah.
Especially with your like voice.
With his voice. I don't
You don't have the baritone, but
baritone,
like
no.
you're closer than like a lot of people. So
The answers for this are absolutely, maybe I could be convinced, or absolutely not. I think she'd consider it.
yeah,
Is that a maybe I could be convinced or absolutely?
I think she could be convinced.
Yeah. Because I think, she's probably had circumstances like that.
I wonder if she's too lazy to have sex with multiple people at the same time.
Well, I mean, I don't think she's, like lazy, like...
Like physically lazy.
Yeah, no, I think she's like kind of emotionally lazy
Lazy.
or mentally lazy. She's like, I don't want to think about it, man.
Oh yeah. Let's just live in the now.
I don't think she cares about what people answer.
Nope.
And I think that's an interesting situation to discuss, though, because...
I think that word is interesting to discuss.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it works for many people. It's just everyone has to trust and communicate with each other. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it as inherently as a concept.
It's just more difficult because you have more people.
Right. And if you're all together, you're not really splitting focus because you're paying attention to both of your partners there. But I think a lot of people in practice would probably end up preferring one or the other, or it kind of opens itself up to situations where, like, if 2 people agree on something and the third doesn't, those the people who agree on something are going to be kind of getting closer on that subject, and that might lead to favoritism. So those are things you really have to watch out for in situations like that.
Although I have heard of some people saying that it's really nice having like a third support system
Oh yeah,
in
I'm sure.
place, and that like it can work out really well if you're all kind of like into it and stuff. But yeah, like it's like when you talk about, like, when I work with, like, people, like, I work one-on-one with people, but I also work in groups. So, like, those are two different kinds of scenarios.
Right.
And, like, when you're in groups, like, you have group dynamics. Like, it doesn't matter if it's 3 or more. If you have 3 people, you're no longer, like, a 2-person unit.
Right, it's no longer just a one-on-one thing.
Yeah, the
is
dynamics change
very
drastically. Like, even if you're in, like, an open relationship or, like, have multiple partners and you're in this kind of situation, it doesn't change the fact that you have a more complex situation that has more things that could go wrong. Like,
Also,
there are just more factors that go into it.
Also, logistics question, who sleeps in the middle?
I've heard, like, different, like, that sometimes they all have their own bedrooms, or, like, there'll be, you know, it really fucking depends on, like, the arrangement you've made. If, like, they're
Maybe
endless.
one of them likes being in the middle.
Why do they all sleep in the same bed? Like, maybe one sleeps in the barn.
That seems unequal. Get back in the barn.
No,
So we're going for like we're talking about like a
animals.
couple master and slave relationship. This just took a turn.
You brought in
This is now
slavery.
about something
I
else.
was gonna say
You had them sleep in the
animals.
barn.
Barns, because animals are in there and they're cute and fuzzy, and you can cuddle up to, like, all the cute and fuzzy animals, and then
I'm just
that would
saying-
be
okay,
your home.
Hear me out though.
Okay, Mr.
if
Slaver.
there's a couple sleeping in a house together in the same bed, and they have one other person with them who goes out and sleeps in the barn instead, there's kind of a connotation to that.
No. This person, they're like, why don't you sleep in our bed? They're like, no, I want to sleep with the animals. Like, this is my thing.
And you don't think that would lead to favoritism among the couple who sleeps together?
No, they're all cool. In fact, they were looking for someone like that.
What does that say about them?
As long as it's consensual, doesn't matter.
I suppose not. Okay. Moving on. How much does physical attractiveness matter to you in a match? A lot, a little, not at all. This is a big one for a lot of people on dating sites because, profile pictures are really the first thing people see. And, when you go through your list of matches, that is all you see pretty often. So, it's kind of like there's no real other way to get that across. And I mean, like, if you look at stuff like Tinder, it's literally, swiping back and forth on people's pictures. So, really, it's how superficial are you?
But it still is important.
Yeah, physical attractiveness, like, attraction to somebody, regardless of what they look like, is important. Like, maybe they're not, it doesn't say that the person is attractive more than as much as, is the person attractive to you? And there is a difference.
Well, so I was going to put forth an alternate definition that physical attractiveness is, like, subjective. Like,
right.
With that, this person, they may not be... I mean, there is no objective standard for physical attractiveness, but, like, a majority may not see them as attractive, but you find them physically attractive. But in that weighs into your relationship with that person.
I think it matters a little to Freyja.
A little. What I find interesting here is, like, there's a difference between physical attraction and sexual attraction.
Right.
So, like, this. I think the question for Freyja would be, do I need my match to actually look good, despite other stuff?
Also, if we're just looking for friends, it shouldn't matter at all to her.
Yeah.
So, if we're saying specifically for a match, but how do you think she would answer this as far as, like, taking the word match as, possible romantic interest
I
context?
think she'd say a little.
Yeah.
I think we've established she's kind of a bitch. So, like, yeah, she cares a little. I think she probably cares more than she says she does.
Mm-hmm.
Her answer is a little. I think she cares a lot.
Yeah. And I don't think she cares what other people say.
No. Like, as a blanket statement.
Yeah. Do humans and modern primates, apes, chimps, etc., share a common evolutionary ancestor?
I heard not too long ago that humans are more genetically similar to horses than we are to chimps. So I think a lot of this is kind of like evolving. Oh god, I walked right into that. Anyway, the answers are yes, no, and unsure.
And I mean, like, I'm gonna say, you know, Freyja's not dumb, but like, it's pretty well accepted that evolution is a thing and that we share genetics with, you know, primates. So
So related, man.
yeah, man, it's all connected. And I think we need to say yes, and I think we need to
We're all just
accept
stardust
yes.
in the end.
The implication, if you say no, is that you're a creationist.
Yeah,
And-
I was getting that vibe.
Yeah. And I think we want to say very important for this. Because I don't think she'll take a creationist.
Do you think the government should limit big chain stores to give small businesses a chance? Yes, no, maybe, don't know, or don't care.
It's a good question. There's a lot of talk about how big box stores will come into small towns, you know, run mom and pop stores out of business, and
That is a huge problem in the States. Not
Yeah.
as much in Canada.
yeah,
because
like
our
big chain stores actually have trouble spreading.
Here,
Yeah.
like Target
Like,
tried
yeah.
to open and they
Yeah.
closed down.
They closed down all Targets.
Sears is actually doing really badly right
Yeah.
now. Just like they don't do well
I think
here.
Walmart's probably doing okay.
I think they do okay because they are very competitive in pricing.
Right.
But yeah, it's weird that Target didn't take off like at all. They totally pulled out of Canada.
Well, I think we have our own chains, so like people tend to prefer Canadian chains in Canada.
We do, but even then, like, we have a lot of variety. Like, in the States, Costco is everywhere. Here we have, like, two in like, our area, which is a very big area.
We have IKEA.
Well, yeah, everyone has fucking IKEA.
Not everyone.
Not everyone, but, like, a fucking lot of people have IKEA.
but
A lot. I think it's fair to say, like, most Western countries have an IKEA in their country.
Oh yeah, in their country.
Yeah. I didn't mean like every city has an. Every
No, we
city
didn't.
must have an IKEA.
I didn't, where I grew up. We had to go down to New York City. Or
Really?
like,
To
not,
go to
not-
IKEA?
Actually, yeah, the nearest one was I think in northern New Jersey.
Ours was across the bay in Berkeley. But still, like, not. I mean, that's like a half-hour drive from where we live. But yeah, no, like here it takes like we can go to IKEA in like what 20 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's
by.
right off a major highway.
Yeah.
So, if it's not rush hour.
We can just go chill in IKEA for a while. It'd be great. I've always wanted to do this in IKEA, is just like sit in the beds until closing time and see if they notice.
Just put the covers over.
Yeah, like pretend you're a pillow or something. I definitely think Freyja is a small business fan.
Yeah.
She's definitely one of those, like,
I bet her parents owned one. Or own one.
still own one, yeah.
And I bet she probably has at least tried to start up an Etsy store at one point or another.
I bet she still has it online. Maybe it's just not active, but...
yeah, she probably gave up on it pretty quickly because
yeah.
shipping to people is hard.
Yeah, it's so hard,
It's
Mom.
hard.
But, yeah, so I think she would definitely say yes to this.
And
Yes to the dress.
get out. You get out now.
No, I've only said that once.
So what, like 2 more reality show references and you're out? The podcast that turns OkCupid into a role-playing game, but also has like an elimination round for its hosts.
So the podcast...
It's a game within a game!
The podcast ends when the hosts are eliminated.
Now I gotta think, is there any reality show where the name is a song reference so that we'd both get eliminated?
Don't just, like, stop that thought. Crash that train and just set it, like, that train has radioactive material on it. Crash it. We can't go near it now.
Okay.
It's Chernobyl. It's fucking gone. It is off limits. We're not going there.
Noted.
Yes, she loves small businesses. I'm gonna put a hard yes on this. And
I think a maybe or don't know would also...
No, hard yes.
Yeah?
And, because... Let's craft some of her story. Her parents are small business owners.
Yeah.
Very important.
Do we want to say that?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy giving oral sex? Love it? It's okay? Not so much? Or gross?
How are it's okay and not so much different? Is one slightly less than...
Yeah, like
not
it's
so much
okay would be like
it's
it's okay. Like
I can do it.
Yeah.
Not so much as like
I'm okay with not so much
into
as like eh.
But it's still
I'd rather not.
But like I will.
Right.
Begrudgingly.
Yeah. And if you have to begrudgingly give oral sex,
It's
maybe
not gonna
that's
be
not the right
good.
relationship for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good. Yeah. Like fine.
Is that the sound of oral sex? Not by
when you're having, it's the sound of begrudging oral sex.
I guess I haven't had begrudging oral sex.
I mean,
then.
neither have I, but I assume that's what it sounds like.
Okay, there. I think she loves it.
I think she loves it.
I think she's into it. I think she'll do.
I think she'll do anything
but
except gross.
Yeah, I'd say this is somewhat important.
I don't know. Do you think she'll accept not so much?
No. Let's get rid of that one.
Yeah. You know, it's very common in foreplay, and it's a very
Why
important
wouldn't
part
you
of it.
want to do it? I mean, like there are reasons, sure, like I'll give you that. But like, if you have the capacity and you're like on the fence, like
The thing is, if your partner does it, you do it too.
yeah, like it's not a one-way street. Like, so if you're like not into oral, like date someone who's not into oral.
Mm-hmm.
Like. Otherwise, it's just not going to feel right. In
Which
bed.
is why a question like this might be important on a dating site.
Yeah.
So
Indeed.
answer that. We got a new message in the meantime. Do you like always to be a mysterious girl with a long/big silence? Wink.
Mysterious girl with long,
I don't-
big silence? In conversations, does that mean I just like would be
I
like
just sit there.
I just like stare mysteriously?
Let's turn this into an all staring podcast. Ready? Wait, ready?
No.
This is riveting.
Did you know that the tiny movements your eyes make because your eyes never stop moving, they're called saccades or
I
saccades?
did know that.
I know because I told it. I think I've told you this like several times.
Well,
in the
maybe I
last
didn't
few
learn
years.
it from you.
No, I'm pretty sure you did because I learned this like years ago in my undergrad. Anyway, is your ideal match well off financially, or at the very least someone who has high income potential? Yes, it's very important. Yes, it's somewhat important. No, it's not very important, or no, it's not important at all. Well, everyone knows that I'm with you only for your money.
I mean, yeah, clearly,
Really?
same.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise, see ya.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think I'm just going to put this out here because it's something that's always bothered me. It's like, yeah, you want to be, like, well off, but, like, don't dismiss someone who's, like, come from, like, impoverished setting or, like, is having financial trouble because, like, you don't know, like, why that person is there.
right.
Or even, like, if you're with someone who's, like, a creative type trying to make it, like, if they actually have, like, talent and, like, they're motivated and trying, like, stick with it. don't just like dismiss it and be that person who's like, oh, you're never gonna make it.
That was a pointed comment. I'm glad you recognize my talent. But yeah, I don't think it's all that important, and especially because it says high income potential. I really don't care if someone I'm with has high income potential. I want, like, I'm very good at surviving. You know, I can live off of very little money. I can stretch a paycheck out pretty long. I don't really need the same. I really don't care. Like, I would actually feel kind of weird dating a rich person.
So you're saying if I got super rich, it'd be weird?
No, I mean, like, getting into a relationship with a rich person.
Oh, someone's already,
Yeah.
like, and not just, like, progressively. I think it's, like, one thing to, like, get into a relationship with someone who's already well off, and then, like, or be in a relationship with someone who's, like, growing in their career and
Right.
happening and, like, coming upon money.
Right. I don't know that I could be with somebody who had, you know, like, tons of wealth handed to them.
I think that's kind of, like, what I would get at this question is, did you grow up understanding the value of the dollar?
Right.
Because, like, if you don't understand how much money is important, like, you're not going to jive with someone who does.
Yeah, that's a level of connection that you can never understand if you haven't experienced it yourself.
Yeah.
You don't appreciate smaller things as much.
You do take a lot for granted if you were just born with, you know, getting everything
and had
you
everything,
want.
yeah.
Whereas if you come from a background where, like, maybe you had, at the extreme, couldn't afford food, or your family couldn't afford rent, like, you know how much, like, the small
You know what it takes to survive.
and
yeah.
you can survive, and, like, the small luxuries are, like, heaven.
Yeah.
When you can get them, and it's just a
Yeah,
different way
that's
of
another
life.
thing. You don't appreciate luxury as much when you have it all the time.
No, you don't even know it's a luxury because it's just the status quo, right? So, I think her ideal match would say it's not important.
I think she'd also say it's not. She'd say it's not important, and her ideal match would say
It's
the
not.
nose.
Yeah, the nose.
And I think that's only a little important, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't really, like, as we said, things just kind of happen for her.
Right.
I feel like she's kind of a brat anyway, so, like, whatevs.
And I also want to be clear, like, I'm not disparaging rich people by saying, like, they don't appreciate things. Just, there's a totally different context to people's experiences.
What's actually interesting is that there's some research to suggest that children who are born into wealth and grow up actually are, like, just as depressed as people who are impoverished. Actually, in some cases, I've read that people who have experienced poverty are happier.
Yeah,
because
I've
they
heard that,
know or have found ways to find happiness. And there's all sorts of stuff you can go into there, but I thought that was an interesting
I'm just
tidbit.
picturing, like, I'm sure this is a cliche scene by now, but, like, the suited businessman seeing people in poverty saying, "Why should they be happy? They have nothing." But
Says the unhappy businessman.
is marriage a necessity for two people who love each other? Yes or no? We have several pet peeves about the marriage industry and marriage as a concept.
No, we don't love each other.
Yeah,
That's what
clearly,
this question
clearly.
means.
I dislike having the government step into my relationship. I dislike the wedding industry, the marriage industry. I don't need government or religion in my relationship. You commit to each other or you don't, really. That's my philosophy.
Yeah, I mean, at some point we created the Institute of Marriage. It's always kind of been around, we think, in some form or another, but
Well, it was originally a ceremony to basically own a person, to like own them as property.
If you go like farther, like yes, and in certain cultures, if you go far back into like the earliest texts we have, some of them do kind of mention like ceremonies of just bonding, of just like two people coming together and just kind of celebrating that. And that's kind of more of the take I have on like a marriage like relationship, is that like it's fine to have like a ceremony to like to be like, hey, we're a thing, and like we celebrate like all the goodness,
like
that,
a union, yeah.
they like the goodness that comes out of this, and like our happiness basically in being a unit, a unit of person.
Right, and it means just as much as like a church wedding, because nothing's official until you actually,
Sign
go to
the
City Hall
documents,
and sign it, yeah. Unless your, priest is also like a government employee.
Well, I don't think that's actually, I don't think you can do that. But I think more and more countries are moving towards the direction of having marriage and common law be on par. So like you have the same kind of rights as someone who's like legally bounded to another person. Honestly, I feel like being common law is like you get all the goods without the bads. Because like we're not, like, you don't have to share my debt, I don't have to share yours. But like if we get into a property feud, we can have our own go at things. So
right.
like there, I think when I've like looked at like should we get married or not, like the answer is no, because there's just like no point right now.
And like, I mean, the whole thing about how basically De Beers invented that you have to spend 2 months' salary on an engagement ring, which I think they bumped up to 3 months, which is stupid because adjusting for inflation wouldn't even do that. It would still be like the same proportion.
Yeah.
So basically they just arbitrarily said, and I remember when this happened too, because they used to have a commercial that said something about like 2 months' salary should last a lifetime or something like that. And now it's 3 because they said so.
Jesus, when was that?
This would have been late 80s, early 90s, I think.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And yeah, I remember the shift because I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
They were very blunt about it. And I just remember that. I remember the changeover, and I remember being confused about the changeover. But it was something like, make 2 months' salary, last a lifetime, something like that.
Like, I grew up knowing that, like, oh, the man has to have 3 months of his income, and that's how much the engagement ring should cost.
Yeah, and
which
also,
I was like, why?
And also, like, your dad would have to give me some sheep or something. If we're being traditional.
I demand a blood sacrifice.
Because people do it because it's traditional. If you want to be traditional, I want a dowry.
Well, no. I ain't your property.
Give me some healthy rams or some cows.
I thought you were going to say healthy yams, and I'm like, you can have all the yams in the world.
I want a truckload of yams for your hand in marriage.
Where does this take place? Where do you get a truck full of yams where you can be, like, where does this exchange happen?
Ireland?
Why would you say Ireland?
During the potato famine?
No, that doesn't work at all, because if it's just go to your corner and sit and think about that situation, because it doesn't make sense, and you need to think about that.
All right. So I think Freyja's gonna say no.
Truckload of yams in Ireland during the potato famine. What about the yam famine? No one ever thinks about that.
The yamming. Sorry, I regretted that immediately. I regretted it before I said it.
Think before we speak.
I know. And so she's gonna say no. I think she doesn't care.
Why would she not care?
Because, well, okay, yeah, she would say no.
She would say no.
And I think it's somewhat important.
Somewhat. Although we've established she doesn't want to get married.
Yeah.
She's not in it for the marriage.
Yeah, which is why she's saying it's not necessary. So we got to do our top 3 now.
Correct.
And
that is a fancy person. Those eyebrows are on point. Jesus Christ. I'm envious.
yeah, this is a straight man with a questioning sexuality who has fantastic hair.
Hair, the eyebrows, the facial hair, just like on point.
Wow. Like, I'm envious of this guy.
Like, I want what's on your face.
He's got some good stuff going on.
Yeah.
He's pretty glorious. He's a post-grad history major. 420 friendly. Digs some shrooms. I think Freyja would like him. Mm-hmm. Doesn't know what he's gonna... He says he's really good at getting compliments on his hair.
Should be proud of
good
that.
reason,
yeah,
sir.
I mean, good, yeah.
We've got this gentleman who is a philanthropist.
Straight man, single.
He's a renegade.
Can you really call yourself a renegade?
He lives like Hemingway, travels like Kerouac, and explores like Shackleton. He's a Teddy Roosevelt incarnate. Oh, man.
I don't think that's true.
No, I don't think it is, especially since you're only 25.
Yeah.
I think you like to think so. Well, perfect for Freyja, then.
Oh, no, like, total, like, great match for Freyja.
Although he's only 53%.
Maybe
And
that's all
we've
that
got
matters.
a genderqueer who's seeing someone, but is looking for new friends. Cool. Nice suit. And
Not enough genderqueer
D&D
people in this world.
D&D groups, skateboarding, works at a nature reserve, studies ecology. Cool.
Neat.
Yeah. So who do you think wins this week?
I'm biased for the hair.
Yeah.
I just, like, it's so nice.
Like, for the hair alone.
The hair and the eyebrows
I
are
wish you could
just
see
like...
this. It's just glorious.
Yeah. You know who you are.
It's
No, you don't, but still.
like, would you say power metal hair?
I'd say modern metal hair.
Hmm.
That's like a fairly modern, like, metalhead, male metalhead
But it's like,
look.
it's flowing. It's like golden
Honey,
tresses.
let me show you some nice male hair.
I'm sure I'll...
I will school you on that shit. But
So, thanks for listening to the show. You can find us where?
at our website, which is faculty.ca, and you can spell
that's-
that as fakvlty.ca. It has links to our shows on archive.org, iTunes, and YouTube, and other cool stuff that we write and record.
And animate now.
And animate now through my labors of love.
Yes. And you can spread the word with the hashtag FindFreyja, FINEFREYJA. Also, if you could leave us a review on iTunes, that'd be awesome. That helps us get more visible.
Please.
And
We'll buy you a boat.
we will not buy you a boat.
We might buy you a boat.
We might, but probably not.
I didn't say it would be life size. I just said we'll buy you a boat.
But we probably won't do that either.
But we might. So leave us a review on iTunes, and you might get a boat out of
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Also, special thanks to James R. Bayless for doing our disclaimer at the top of the show. You can reach his voice agent, Gemma Crow, at GEMMA@turnerfilmgroup.com. And this has been Find Freyja. I'm Mark.
I'm Natasha.
As always, love someone with your genitals.
Bachelor.
I've been